Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we have a huge gun running leak to go over. That's right, a new one. The first one we really talked about a couple days ago was about the Mobile Operations Center, and today we have some info on the number of vehicles, the number of weapons that will have new upgrades, number of new missions, and even the release date. So once again, this information is coming from Yan. And as I mentioned in my last video, what he's been doing recently has been very cryptic. Now, I stated I wasn't a huge fan of the sort of cryptic releasing of information, but at the end of the day, he's the one with the information. He can choose to do with it whatever he wants. So if you have a problem with the, cryptic nature of this leak we're going to be looking at, you can certainly talk to him about it. Some people agree with me. Some people disagree and say it's just a game. It's all good fun. But anyways, let's get into it. This is the leak. He says, okay, since I'm not going to really give informations and you guys seem very impatient, I've got a little game for you. You have to match the numbers of the first list with the sentences of the second list. And of course, I didn't put them in order. Have fun. And the numbers are 6, 8, 13, and 17. And then the things we have to match those numbers with are number of new vehicles, number of weapons that will have new upgrades, number of new missions, and the release date. So this is pretty interesting, and I want to hear from you guys in the comment section down below right now. What do you think the number is for each one? Leave your comment that says like number of vehicles, insert number here, release date, insert number there. I want to see what you guys come up with in the comment section down below. Now, before you comment, we do have a little bit more of information. We get more details from Yan, who says, pay attention, people. I didn't say new weapons. I said weapons, existing ones, that will have new upgrades, so keep that in mind. And Mach1 Bud, who is either a staff member or a moderator on the GTA forum, said, all right, guys, let me help you out with a small hint. 17 is not the number of upgradable weapons. So that means that you can eliminate 17 for the release date, the number of new missions, and for the number of vehicles. Now, 17 really didn't make sense for the release date at all because that's actually a Saturday. So you could have crossed that one off the list. So basically, we know that 17 is either going to be the number of vehicles or it's going to be the number of new missions. So now that you've had a little bit of time to digest some of that information we've talked about, let me discuss what I actually think is going to be the case. So I think that 17 is going to be the number of new vehicles. Now, you might be talking to yourself, 17 sounds like a lot of new vehicles. Well, it's actually not. Take a look at this. In the Executives and Other Criminals DLC, we had 25 new vehicles. Finance and Felony was 14. Cunning Stunts 15, Bikers 21, and Import-Export is 22. Now, again, another reason that might seem like a lot is because all those vehicles weren't added on day one. With the exception of Executives and Other Criminals, a lot of those vehicles are drip feed. So we'll get them weeks, if not months, after the update actually releases. So 17 is not a big number. In fact, when you compare it to Executives and Other Criminals, Bikers, and Import-Export, it's kind of on the low end. Now, if we move on to number of weapons that will have new upgrades, I think that is going to be 6. So because this is a brand new thing that Rockstar is introducing, weapon upgrades, I don't think they're going to jump the gun and give us like 13 opportunities. They're going to start us off small, and if they see that people like it and they want to continue it going forward, they could add new weapons in future updates. So I think that the number of weapons that will have new upgrades is going to be 6. Keep in mind that doesn't include new weapons. We could always be getting new ones that are added into the game that automatically come with these new upgrades and wouldn't be a part of this current leak. As far as the number of new missions go, I think that is going to be 8. The reason I say that is because I think it's going to line up with the number of vehicles. So kind of how with Import-Export, we had 8 special vehicles, and then we had 8 special vehicle missions. I believe it could be the exact same thing with gun running, where if we have 8 new missions, that means that 8 out of the 17 vehicles are going to be special ones. So possibly things that can only be stored in your bunker, like the APC, the Tampa, that crazy armored track dune loader. That's kind of what I'm thinking of. So that would leave 9 civilian vehicles that would be included in this update, which I would actually enjoy. So far, we've only seen like really the weaponized ones, but I definitely hope there's some like normal civilian ones. And if that math adds up correctly, then that would, I guess, lead to 9 regular civilian ones. And that leads us with probably the most important one, the release date, which the only number we have left is 13. So is the 13th going to be the release date, I think that might actually end up being the case. Now, of course, nothing is confirmed so far, but there is a lot of things that add up nicely. Obviously, the current event that we have going on right now and online is going to be ending on the 12th. So the day after that, the 13th, would be a perfect opportunity to release it. Also, I'm really not sure if this matters at all, but WildBrick142 posted really the similar thing that I said, which was his guess of 17 new vehicles, 6 weapons, 8 new missions, the 13th of release date. And on the GTA forums, Yan actually ended up liking that post. So again, I don't know if we're looking too far into that or not. And there was a poll on the GTA forum site as well, where players could vote on when they would think gunrunning would release. June 13th was the most popular, and Yan voted for that as well. So does that give us a little bit of insight on when he believes it's coming out? Again, you could look into this a little bit more if you want to, or you could ask him yourself if you really think you can get anything out of him. But I think this is really interesting. This has caused a massive firestorm on a bunch of websites trying to decrypt it. And my guess so far has probably been the most popular one. I have seen some people saying that the 6th is still plausible for the release date with 13 new weapons, or they said the 8th is possible for the release date, which would be on a Thursday, which would give us either 13 new weapons or 13 new missions. Again, you can mix and match the numbers all you want here, but it is still pretty cryptic, and obviously no one knows for sure what each number matches to each description of the gunrunning update. Now, my personal preference is that this update doesn't come out on the 13th because that is E3 week. And with E3 week, I want to focus on some of the new games. I mean, Rockstar's new update, Gunrunning, is going to be awesome, but there's a lot of other great games out there as well, and E3 is an awesome opportunity to check out all of those cool other games. So I hope that isn't the case, although it is definitely looking towards that. I guess we're just going to have to wait for more information to figure out officially when this is going to be coming out. Now, as far as getting new information, I don't think it'll be happening today, which is Friday when I'm recording this video, and it's highly unlikely over the weekend. Rockstar announced they're going to be doing a live stream with some community members later today, and typically when they do that, they're not announcing any more information throughout the rest of the day. But as always, I'd like to hear from you guys in the comments section down below. Let me know what you think of this leak. Can you match up the numbers? Which one do you think is the right kind of cryptic code? If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. I will be live streaming in just a bit. We're going to be having a ton of fun, so stay tuned for that. But, of course, with out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.